All right, no jumper, no jumper. We're here with motherfucking Mike G.
Hey, Mike motherfucking G.
How you living, man?
Man, I'm all right, you know.
What you been doing all day?
All day. Low key, I've been watching interviews. I watch interviews a lot.
Like what kind of interviews?
Like Breakfast Club is my favorite.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite too.
I watch all of those. So.
People ask me what my favorite podcast is, and sometimes I feel like saying Breakfast Club because I just like the synergy between Charlamagne, Envy, and what's her name?
Angela.
Yeah, she's good, right?
Yeah, definitely. I love, that's the main thing I like about it too. So yeah, that's how I caught on to this too. So I watch interviews.
Okay.
Yeah, I watch Antoine Dixon's.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, he's wild, man. Yeah.
SoCal legend right there, man.
Yeah, man.
That was essential.
Yeah, I watched Stitches also. Yeah, he was talking about getting jumped and everything.
Yeah. But who interviewed him on that?
It was Vlad.
Oh, yeah. Vlad will interview anybody about anything. But I'm trying to be on Vlad. Like, I want to go on Vlad and just talk some shit. Like,
yeah, you can probably make it happen.
Yeah, I got to figure out who to talk to or whatever, man. Do you like Vlad?
I'll look into it. Yeah, he's cool.
I hear a lot of people hate on him, but
I don't like media as a whole. Like, so that type of thing with the attention grabbing names.
It's very like sensationalist,
that's
right?
what I dislike. So
yeah, that's one.
Yeah, but he's cool.
That's the thing I like about this is that it's more just like it's funny because sometimes Complex will like grab, like that's what happened with that Tyler Grosso interview. Like they grabbed it because he like talked about not liking Travis Scott, so they were just all over it, you know. But like I like the idea of just doing the long form one and then letting the fucking media companies figure out if there's anything offensive in there.
I feel it. Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah,
they'll find it.
Shit, you ever listen to like any podcasts or you just watch the shit on YouTube?
Not so much. My attention span is too short for podcasts.
It's tough, right? Yeah, that is one good thing about Breakfast Club is they keep it to like a half hour usually.
Yeah, definitely. But I've been on a couple, so
yeah. Oh, what other podcasts you done?
Kind of neat.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that, but I watched the freestyle.
Nice
that you did associated with it. Shout out to Intuition.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. But are you a Charlamagne fan, or does he ever like offend you?
Yeah, he definitely offends me, but I fuck with Charlamagne heavy. He's tight. He's like a real dude. So
they need somebody like him, I think, to say the most offensive shit to somebody. You know?
Yeah, definitely. People need that in general. Like some people are too sensitive. So, but then again, you can't go too far. But you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. That's how life is.
Charlamagne's good at his job. You ever see the time he kind of offended me or just weirded me out was when he was interviewing Post Malone.
Of course, yeah.
He was so mean to him, and I just feel like Post Malone seems like a real nice guy.
Yeah, that was the main thing I was thinking of also. I feel everybody feels that way that's seen it. So
yeah,
it's like, you know.
But hey, we remember it. We're still talking about it. But yo, he asked him, "What are you doing for the Black Lives Matter movement?" That shit was so funny.
That is a genius question, though. That's funny. He asked everybody that. That's you gotta admire it. So it's funny.
That's a tough thing to put on a white boy, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Who just became famous the other day.
He took it right though.
Yeah, he tried. So we were talking on Twitter a little bit earlier, and you were expressing some displeasure with SoundCloud. Could you tell me like what your thoughts are on how music works on the internet these days?
It wasn't really SoundCloud in general. It's just I'm over SoundCloud as a service, you know, just being a go-to type thing.
Why is that?
Just because people should have their own, or it should be like different outlets that you should go to. Like I see Apple Connect is a good way. I feel that's a good way. Artists should step up and like pay attention to that. Whatever. I haven't completely figured it out.
What are the advantages you think of like going outside SoundCloud? Aside from money, right?
Yeah, what I was speaking on, it was generally like just getting paid from clicks and ad revenue and like how those websites get that revenue, but they don't pay you for it.
Right.
Yeah, not unless you're, you know, one of the artists that's bringing them majority of it.
Right. So you haven't monetized on SoundCloud? Because I've heard about some rappers doing it who are not necessarily like huge names, but not everybody, right?
Well, I have, yeah, but
you have monetized?
Yeah,
okay.
I definitely have, but you know, just like things like that, everybody doesn't know that you can do that, and like you can put your stuff on iTunes,
right?
Whatever. It's not. I mean, you know, you do have to have the fan base to generate sales and everything, but it's like, you know, they're getting sales off. I mean, they're getting paid off of you, like just from your views, whatever you do bring to them. So there's some way we could figure it out.
Right, and it's kind of crazy because SoundCloud has done a good job of like really the same thing Instagram or Facebook, where they turned it into a game where people want to have those SoundCloud followers, they want to have the SoundCloud plays. So instead of like selling their music or whatever, they would rather put the shit on SoundCloud just so that they could get 500,000 plays or whatever it is if the song is popping. It's kind of a weird because then that makes them less likely to want to sell music. It makes the fans less likely to want to buy music.
Right. Because you get it instantly, but it's like it's that service. But it's like you gotta take the good with the bad. As I said, I fell victim to it also. So it's
just playing the SoundCloud popularity game.
Yeah, definitely. But it's a good way to get music out if you don't know any other way, and people go directly to it. So there's an app and all that. I have it. It's just there's ways like. I don't know. It's like
you were saying something about getting sponsored, like a sponsor for content. Or how does
that would be for my website if I was to build. You need money for those type of things to have like media players and all that,
right?
In your own like to distribute your own content, and then you get revenue from those ads. That's how it works. You play the same game as the blogs do. It's the same thing. So.
Hey, so do the blogs piss you off?
No, journalists do.
Wait, in what way?
Some of them are too self-entitled, and I just hate how journalism has become so, like, journalism on the internet has become so, like, friendly. I don't want you to talk to me like you're interacting with me. Like,
right.
It's just, like, some people could do it, and I just don't want every website I go to be, like, all this slang and, like, incomplete. My father was an English teacher, so like.
Wait, so you look at blogs that have like shitty, poorly written sentences and stuff like that.
Horrible.
Like what kind of blogs? Because like I look at a few like older blogs. I don't know about the newer ones.
It's a bunch. I can't even.
Really?
Yeah,
don't give them no shine or nothing.
I can't call them out. It's just mainly, like I said, journalists. It's not those. They need to. If it's the blog's fault, they need to pay attention to who's writing what, and especially on the topics and just the way they put the words. Is not, and it doesn't agree with me.
So have you been the victim of like blogs taking interviews that you've done and then twisting your words and trying to make it into some sensational shock shit? Has that like affected you or other members of Odd Future? I know it has, at least some of you guys.
Yeah, definitely majority members of Odd Future, but not me in a way other than, as I said, at the attention grabbing titles, some interviewers may use, but it's blogs. They'll do certain things that irritate me. But they haven't like really tried to shock any readers with my words. Not too many of them.
Well, you're maybe a little bit more careful with your words than some other people out there.
Just a little bit. They do like to talk. Though.
Yo, it's not easy being a blog these days though, because like social media has just like taken over. Like the blog is the new like CD because people are so comfortable with Twitter and Instagram. It's like, what do you really need a blog for when you could fit, a link to a song and a fucking picture or a short video, whatever. Like at that point, like you only really need a blog for like a long video, and even then you could put the link right in the tweet, right?
Right, I could see that, but there was a point where everybody did have a blog. And
it was
even
crazy,
more
right?
Heavier than it was today. But I appreciate the fact that today it's like dwindled down and it's like focused on people actually talking about shit. No matter what they're talking about, it's like they're saying something, they're getting their expressions out.
I feel like in rap, it's just Twitter. Like Twitter is the conversation in rap, which is kind of strange, kind of interesting, because it's not always the most well organized or well put together conversation. It almost makes me miss like the message board days and shit like that.
I could feel it. I don't know about message boards and.
You were never into that?
Yeah, I just don't like the personalities on there.
Yeah.
It's too behind the computer.
It's kind of funny because the difference between message boards and like Twitter is that for the most part, people are using their real names on Twitter and are having to actually live up to it. And the people that have a lot of attention or a lot of recognition on Twitter are usually the people that are actually contributing or doing something. But the message board days were crazy because it was just straight up like the biggest losers in the fucking world, just running shit, acting like they were the man.
You knew the trolls. You knew them all. Yeah, so I didn't really like that. They didn't really like me too much either, so that's cool.
Hey,
it's all right.
Do you remember the first website you ever went to?
First website I ever went to?
Or the first time you interacted with the internet?
I do not. It was probably in school or some shit. But yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
So yeah, you are fucking 7 years younger than me. I guess that means that you probably like the internet was. You were too young to really even consider it that much of a thing. It was just kind of already there.
It was kind of popping up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's weird to think about that shit because like we're in the age now that like if you had a kid, they would just know from day one. But back in the day, it was weird being in that discovery stage, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. It was like computers were a new thing. Just all the technology, because you adapted to it. I was following games too, so like.
Oh, so you were into video games back then?
Game systems and shit. Yeah,
I was so into video games back in the day, dude.
I just sat in my room, like, that was I look back on that, and that's what I realized. I was just like sit in my room, play games, listen to music.
That would have been you. Do you think that you would be a fucking loser if you hadn't like made it as rapping or anything? You would just be in your room reading about video games and shit on the internet?
If I wasn't rapping, I couldn't be in my room. Like, I get lost in games now, so I try not to play them. Like, I just got Battlefield, the Star Wars shit. So,
and can you just get wrapped up in that and just waste huge amounts of time on it?
Yeah. I've been back in LA for like 2 weeks, and that's been my 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, Star Wars.
But how long is it going to take you to beat? Or are you trying to beat the whole game, or are you just doing the multiplayer shit?
There's no campaign on that, and it pissed me off because I realized like the first one, the campaign was awesome, and there's just like multiplayer games and like the survival shit and whatever. So yeah, there's no like story mode. So
I hate that. I definitely can't play a game that doesn't have an end to it.
Right.
You know, because then you're just going to be there for the rest of your life.
It's unsatisfying. You could kill people with Luke and Darth Vader. That's cool and all that. But yeah, I still haven't seen the movie. I'm trying to see that.
You haven't? Yeah. I was going to ask what you thought of it. Are you hugely excited for it?
I am. I'm waiting to see it in 4D down the street, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you seen a 4D movie?
No.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable?
Have you been to like amusement parks? Like you've seen like
Not
Shrek 4D type shit?
No.
You haven't. The seats move and there's
really
and there's like fog and bubbles and shit.
And does it live up to the hype?
Yeah, hell yeah. I've seen like 5 movies in 4D.
Oh man, that does sound kind of exciting.
Yeah, you try and run it. Yeah, you're close, man.
Did you not go to see Star Wars right away because of the fact that LA Star Wars on opening weekend is like a fucking apocalypse? It's there's so many people trying to get into that, lines around the fucking.
Yeah, I don't like lines, and I expected that, so that was one reason. Plus, I procrastinate a lot, so
yeah.
I'm just waiting anyway. So
I heard dudes talking about it like it's the fucking the Super Bowl or something. Like it's just the most exciting thing that they've had going on in a long time.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, but hey. Fucking Star Wars.
Hey, what's your means of intaking weed these days? Like, what's your ideal way of getting high?
It's bad. I'm smoking spliffs heavy.
Okay.
I used to tour overseas a lot, so
and that's where they get you, huh? Because everybody's on that out there.
Yeah, and it's been a while since I've been over there, and I've still been smoking spliffs for a while.
Were you on the blunts before that?
I like Dutches a little bit, but I'm on Backwoods too.
I'm on the Backwoods program, yeah.
Yeah, it's a wave. I'm with it. Yeah.
When did you get on the woods?
It's been I don't know. I don't even remember.
See, I feel like it's the trendiest fucking thing in the world now, but I got into it maybe a year and a half ago, and I didn't recognize it as being this trend yet. Yeah. But now it's like Drake's talking about it, Migos talking about it. It's almost like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
It definitely was a year and a half
right.
ago, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, hey, did you hear this shit about fucking baby Scumbag getting arrested?
Oh, man.
What the fuck, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's horrible.
I know the other fool, too, Keelan.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, that's some serious shit. I hope there's something wrong with this. I hope it's not what it looks like.
Yeah, of course. Then again, I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, he's underage, too. So,
right?
There's a little bit... I don't know.
See, that's the weird part is the girl's supposedly 12. He's supposedly 15. I could see, that's it's weird.
Right.
But it's not, I don't think it should ruin his life if that's true,
Yeah, definitely.
And with the fact that Keelan got arrested too, I'm thinking like he's probably just rolling. He probably gave him a ride, right?
Yeah, he was probably just rolling with him and he had to turn himself in. So
yeah,
that
was a weird one to see, man.
Damn. Them's is my dudes. Yeah.
Oh, so you know him real well?
Yeah.
Okay, I've just been watching it, and I saw actually it was on the list because I saw Left Brain tweeting about it. What's up with Left Brain? He couldn't make it tonight.
Left Brain disappears at random times.
Really?
And it happens. Yeah. So there's a we would say, "Where the fuck is Left Brain?" often.
And what's he usually end up? What does it turn out he's doing? Something with some girls or?
Nah, he has a girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Lock that down.
Okay.
And he's probably somewhere. I know he said he had something to do. He said it would be downtown, so I thought I would be able to link up with him, and but nah, it didn't.
Oh, it's all good.
Didn't work like that. So yeah, he's probably pop up at somebody's studio or something.
Just living that rapper lifestyle right now. See, now I realize why I usually have the computer with the notes closer to me is because it doesn't make any sense for me to be looking all the way over here. I had V Nasty using that exact microphone that you're using just the other day.
Yo, that's legendary. Yo, fuck with her. Out
She's
of all
crazy.
the white girl mob, I always fucked with her.
Yeah, see, that's crazy because you guys sort of, you guys all popped up at the same time. Like the Odd Future Revolution and the White Girl Mob was sort of this like weird white version of that at the same time.
Yeah, we were Left Brain was in the first video, all that.
Right. Tearing up Fairfax is a big old mob.
Yeah. Big Homie Speaks wrote the record.
I know, we just talked about that with V Nasty, yeah.
Man, yeah. Okay, I gotta watch that interview.
I wonder if he's still getting paid off that. Is that how that works? I don't fucking know.
It was supposed to work like that.
Right, but then it didn't.
Yeah, and then it didn't, and then the album kind of went wrong, so yeah. And
The album did go wrong. I remember those stats when those came out.
Yeah, so if you wonder why, it's because it didn't.
But I think they only sold it in Hot Topic. I think that was the deal. Was that like it was released only in Hot Topic? I was like, that
is a crazy marketing scheme.
That is a weird idea, right?
Whose idea was that?
You can only pick up the Krayshawn album when you're also buying your Insane Clown Posse shirts.
Yo, damn. Oh, man.
You ever been to The Gathering?
What's that?
The ICP festival that they do once a year?
I have not been there, actually.
Would you go play it if you got the invite?
If I got the invite, hell yeah. But on the random, I can't say I would attend,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of frightening.
No, you're too far in your career to just be going to the Gathering just for the hell of it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do you consider yourself like a Juggalo sympathizer? Do you fuck with ICP at all?
Not so much. I was a big Eminem fan, and
Okay.
I love to take sides.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, I was going to avoid saying that, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So this was probably like 98 or 99 that Marshall and ICP were going at it hard. That was a good beef back then.
Definitely, yeah.
Eminem's had some of the best beefs of all time. What's your favorite beef that you ever seen Eminem get into?
With Eminem? I don't know. Probably Benzino.
Yes, that whole thing. Yeah, the fucking shit with Ja Rule and everything. I love that era. That was fantastic.
Was a little extra. Yeah, because, man, 50, he got on him. But yeah, I was watching beef videos today too. So
yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I was watching Joe Budden and Game.
Okay.
So why he started dissing Joe Budden.
See, that's the super old shit, dude.
Yeah, that was funny though.
That was a funny ass era. That was when like you would do a verse and you had no idea whose song it was going to go on. And that's what happened with the Joe Budden one is that they put him on a song with Game and 50 was all pissed because they're supposed to have beef. And
okay.
Yeah. Were you a 50 Cent super fan at any point in your life?
I was heavy into that whole scene, so yeah, I fucked with 50 Cent heavy.
Yeah, me too. It's almost kind of sad that he doesn't like put out music that is necessarily as good as his old shit these days. You know?
I mean, it's he found his niche and he tries to go for the one.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
See, rap has changed so much. Yeah. You know, it's tough to still be 50 Cent in 2015. You know?
Yeah. No. It's damn near impossible.
So one of my favorite Odd Future videos is the Oldie video.
Yeah.
Can you take me back in time and sort of tell me like what the scene was and like how that video came together and what the vibe was like? Was it as dope and as fun and as poppin' as it looks in the video?
Yeah, it was cool. We were doing this shoot for Double XL and Terry Richardson was shooting it. And we were just... They had props for us and all that, and it was just supposed to be a photo shoot. And we started playing music, ended up feeling like we should do a video, and Lance was there from Dick House.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we started playing Oldie. We ran it once, and like it was chaos because they were trying to get us in line to shoot the photos. Everybody was every fucking where. Like half the people were there, and we got through it. Like half the time, then we had to run it back, and we got everybody in, and they were still trying to stop it. But yeah,
just to make the photo shoot go
just
easier?
To make the photo shoot.
So in all, how long did the video take? Like the exact length of the song, pretty much?
It was just Yeah, the like the song. Yeah.
So when you like think back on those days, do you miss that? Is that like are those simpler times? You like think about that and it's like you were a little kid in comparison to now?
I mean, of course, it's just because you get older. Yeah, I miss it. It's different, and like if I was aware, just more aware, I would have, took full advantage of it. But
What do you mean by that? What did you not do that you would have done if you could go back in time?
I don't know. I can't say that just off. I haven't really processed that much. It would just be.
Would you have worked harder or would you have enjoyed it more?
Definitely would have enjoyed it more in a different sense, like been more aware.
Because you were doing a shitload of traveling and everything back then?
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, I've traveled. Like both my parents were in the Marines.
Oh, okay.
So like I traveled with my mom. I lived in Japan, and that was before I
anything with the music shit.
Anything with music. So it was a good experience, even still. But I don't know. I can't say ways I would have took advantage of it, like specifically. It's just think of course, any moment in your life you could find a way you could improve on it. But yeah, it was definitely good times. And,
see, it's kind of crazy because like life, you can really like categorize what you're doing with your life into two separate categories, I think, which is pretty much like working and then enjoying life. Like because when even like if you go in the studio, obviously you like making music or whatever, but that's still it's a sacrifice because you could be sitting around on the beach, or you could be sitting on the couch smoking and playing video games, and that's kind of like the decision you make every day when you wake up is like, am I gonna enjoy what I have, or am I gonna work to be better or to have something more?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, what would you say is your ratio in terms of like where your mentality is at when you wake up in the morning? Are you super determined, or are you just trying to chill?
I definitely just go with the flow. So it's always determination inside of me. So it's any thought, even when I'm chilling, I definitely I'm planning to improve myself, and it's a natural thing. So I don't know a ratio. So it's just like everything all the time because I be chilling all the time.
What's your creative process like with music? Like, how do you sit down and like get into that mind state, or do you just go at it whenever you get the chance, or what is it?
Yeah, I love to let things come to me. Like I write things down as often as I can. Like I have notes in my phone, all that, and
like ideas for beats or ideas for lyrics.
Lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to build lyrics. Like I have just bars, and I'll take them and put them together.
Okay.
And that's how just verses come along. So, I mean, times I could sit down and write. That's just when I'm highly inspired. But
And is it into your phone for the most part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times.
And so that's interesting. I think you might be the first rapper I interviewed who actually acknowledges that he sits down and writes a verse, because everybody seems so proud of punching in, or everybody seems like they've adapted to that. But you consider yourself a person who doesn't prefer to work that way?
Well, that's another thing about me. That's like, it's always been really impressive to me, the artists that actually can do that. And I've been in Atlanta for a while, and a lot of them, even
real big out there.
Yeah, even how quickly they write verses, it's just like, and that's why I've been out there. It's really cohesive, and everybody's is really talented out there. Yeah.
But do you still prefer like that scientist experiment of like sitting down and like really figuring out exactly what you want to say? And because when you write a song like that, you could make it so much more, like you can make it have a story arc. You could you could do a lot of things that I think you probably miss out on when you're just punching in, right?
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing. You got to learn from artists. So I'm out there and I adapt. I mean, take what they are showing me and just apply it to what I have. So
give me an example of somebody who's really influenced you in terms of, well, it could be Atlanta or it could be just anybody you've been in the studio with.
Like influential in the studio, like musically.
Yeah, just made like taught you something or like showed you sort of. Yeah,
really, really the internet, like Sid and Matt.
Really,
both of them. I used to live with them, so.
But have they influenced you more recently, or was it just since early on when you met them?
It was definitely since early on, but I during the period I lived with them, I started making beats.
Okay.
Like, they were gone, and I was just playing around on the keys type on the program. And if I didn't have those materials and that, like, knowledge and watching them, like, I wouldn't have been able to put everything together.
Is the internet their full-time thing now? Like, that's they're 100% devoted to that? Because I was watching a bunch of those videos today too.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, that's
nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is it fucked up for you to? Did you ever expect that?
I couldn't call it. You definitely hope for everything in the world for them. So, you know,
a Grammy is a crazy because you can't plan for that. That's
right,
just it happens. You know, it's confusing.
The greatest way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of the Grammys, here's a controversial question. There's been a lot of conversations about Kendrick's album because it got 11 Grammy nominations, and it seems like people either really fucking love it or really just don't give a shit about it.
So what was the thing about that? Did they say it was 11 nominations in like 9 categories or something?
Something like that.
That sounds kind of weird.
And I think he got none for Good Kid, Mad City, or close to none.
Okay.
So that's why it kind of stands out to people. Is like, are they trying to make up for the fact that they ignored his first album?
Possibly, but really, I don't care about the Grammys so much. So I don't know. Once I learned about, you know, the way the albums are voted for,
is it fucked up? It's worse than we think.
It's not, you know, too bad. It's just a, you know, a group of people. So yeah, it's and you got to realize it's a celebration of like musical excellence. So you know, you take all the accolades and put everything together, and I feel they view, you know, it's not a bias. It's just a complete package type thing,
right?
In my eyes.
And there's so many
I could be wrong,
different types of people, I guess, that they're, you know, they think about music, I guess, differently than probably a lot of us. And it's so many people that it ends up being the average of all these different people. So,
yeah, definitely give March Madness a Grammy, man.
Is that what you're saying? I was going to ask you, what album did you listen to the most in 2015?
Let me see.
And is March Madness possibly your most listened to song?
March Madness is, in my words, the greatest song of 2015. Did it come out this year? Whenever it came out.
If it didn't, it caught on this year. I think 56 Nights came out this year.
The tape came out this year. I noticed. Yeah, but I think I saw on iTunes the song was on like the year before. So,
and it's crazy you say that because I heard so many people that you wouldn't expect to be Future fans just bugging out about that song and just could not get enough of it.
Shout out to everybody in the Future Hive. I'm an OG Future Hive. Shout out to Hurt Boy.
Oh, you know Hurt?
I know Hurt.
I'm interviewing him Wednesday.
I know Hurt.
That's crazy.
He put me on.
So early on. All right.
Way early. So all the homies know too.
Hurt what it do.
Hurt what it do.
That's such a good producer tag, right?
So great. Everything came along natural for Hurt, and that's just the way you want things to happen.
That's what's up. Yeah. Hey, have you ever actually used the Future Hive hashtag?
I have.
Ah, okay. So you really were early.
I don't recall when.
That's dope. So would you say 56 Nights is the one you listened to the most this year, or was it DS2?
Probably Dirty Sprite.
Yeah.
Just because I'd be riding around to it.
Yeah.
But not in a... I don't know. I don't really listen to... I don't know. It's been difficult this year. I listen to everybody. So
see, it's sometimes I feel old school talking about like what's your favorite album of the year, because half the rappers that me and my friends fuck with are not necessarily the kind of dudes that are really album based. You know,
right.
Like it might just be like, oh, I listened to this dude's SoundCloud. And you listen to his SoundCloud 1,000 times this year, but maybe not a particular mixtape. You know,
that's how it goes. But yeah, I mean, I really like artists like Big Crit. Mm-hmm. So I mean, everything he's been putting out, and then Future's been crazy. So he's had multiple things. So
are you in the Drake hive as well?
I was just about to say, even leaning towards Drake. I can't say I'm a Drake fan. I like his music though. I definitely. Yeah.
What keeps you from being a fan, per se?
Just because I never have been.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So
I feel like you have to like really buy into Drake in a certain sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not going to, but he's.
You're not going to swear allegiance to the Drake hive?
Shout out to Six God, man. Yeah. So when Back to Back came out, it was like, yeah, that's
That was a truly
keep pushing.
If you're talking about like 2015 hip hop year in review, back to back, and just the obliteration of Meek Mill during that time, that's definitely one of the most significant things that we've seen.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Meek Mill though, man.
Yeah.
I hope he gets through everything.
Because you see, he might be going back in now.
Yeah,
that would be a sad ending to this beef. Even I hope Drake wouldn't want that of all things. You know,
that would be horrible.
You can't wish prison on a guy.
No, that's like all the way going. Yeah.
So, am I going to be able to get you to give your official? How much do you listen to Pimp a Butterfly? Was that something that you spent a lot of time with?
I bought it. I really like All Right. That's a great song.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really cruise around to it too much, but you know.
See, that's the weird comparison because Good Kid, Mad City was the ultimate like cruising around, driving. You could do anything listening to that. Whereas To Pimp a Butterfly is more like you got to sit down and listen to it like a real project, and that's a whole different type of thing.
I mean, some artists know what they're doing, and that's the music I really like live my life to. The music you could cruise around to. Like some artists do it on purpose. They make the album you could cruise around to. So.
This is the question: is what was the music that you were driving around listening to right after you graduated high school? Also, did you graduate high school?
I did graduate high school. Yes.
So, what was your theme song for the summer after you graduated high school? Because I kind of have a theory that that's like your defining soundtrack to your life in a way.
2008. It was probably the summer. Dang, I don't know. My memory's fucking horrible, dude. If I could think back around that time, it was probably the Cool Kids, like some of the Cool Kids. But you know, I listened to a bunch of shit, so like, yeah, it was probably some of the Cool Kids. Like,
so the Cool Kids was an inspiration to you before you guys got popping, like a couple years in advance, huh?
Yeah, definitely around the same time I started like paying attention, like because I came back to LA. As I said, I lived in Japan. Like that was my.
But how many years were you out there?
A total of 7. Like,
Holy shit! All right.
Like I stayed, like in the 90s. And then I left, came here, moved around the States, and then I went back, did my first 2 years of high school. Then I came here for my last 2 at Crenshaw. So that's when I really started. I mean, over there you get like what they play, so you don't really get to find too much
in Japan.
Yeah, in Japan.
Because did you not have much internet access at the time to be going and downloading music?
Yeah, I mean, not so much, but yeah, you didn't have the time to sit down and like find. I had like MySpace and all that, and BET. I like just like that's what I really enjoyed about music back then when they would actually play videos and all that.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I like got into T.I. and like. But I mean,
what was the T.I. song that you first got into him with? 24s.
24s was tight.
That was mine.
It was tight, but it was really Bring 'Em Out.
That was a good one too. All right.
I really wish that song would have lasted forever. Like in the clubs and all that, like on the radios type. Like I really wish they would play that shit.
It's hard to talk with the Burrell in your mouth.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I was just listening to Eminem and D12 and like all that shit, like Obi Trice.
Oh, Obi Trice, that's a good one. That's not many people would name him these days, but
yeah, hell yeah, I got a song with Obi Trice.
Did you really?
I do.
What year was that you did that?
This year, I put it out.
Really?
Yeah.
And so, what's the process of getting a song with Obi Trice? Was it like you told him like, "Yo, I need a verse, son," or was it like he?
I forgot how I met Salam, but I met Salam Rec, and that was. I believe he was D12's DJ.
Okay.
But I know he's Obi Trice's DJ. But he's in the streets. He works for Be Real right now. So heavy Detroit DJ. So yeah, Salam Rec, he hooked it up. He knows I'm a big fan of the whole Detroit movement. The whole culture. Proof is my favorite rapper. So
really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah.
So you were a huge fan even before he passed.
Yeah. Yeah, when I heard about that, that was really weird because my PE teacher had died at the same time. My friend had called me, and he told me, and I knew my PE teacher died. So he was like, "You want to know who else died?" He was like, "Proof." I'm like, "Don't play like that."
Yeah.
So that's like just a weird thing. Like 2006, that was crazy.
That is crazy too, just because Proof is, I mean, he was dope as fuck, but he wasn't everybody's favorite rapper out of the, so it sucks when a random, your fave, but it's not like the dude that everybody else is going to be bummed out about necessarily, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that happens often, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. And it was funny. Eminem was my favorite rapper. I just found myself skipping the like Proof's verses more often. So I was like, yeah, you might as well be. Yeah.
So were you making music when you were living in Japan, or did you just get into it when you moved back?
I was writing a little bit, but not so much. I was just listening, just trying to find something I was into. Like I didn't play sports that often. Like I didn't skate, none of that. But like I was into chop and screw music. My brother had this program, and he showed me how to slow down songs, and I found out how to chop, and like it was just copy and paste.
Right.
And it was just, I don't know, nobody else listened to it, but I was just into it, so I just.
And you still do this?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I've seen some on your YouTube that are only like a year or two old.
Yeah, I'm a chop star now.
you still get pleasure out of doing that, or
it's a real thing now. Yeah, I'm a real chop star DJ. So it's like.
Wait, so do you get attention for that from fans and stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you get paid off of chopping and screwing projects?
Yeah.
Or is it just for the love?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people pay me for projects. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I did not know that.
Hell yeah.
How long does that take you? Like, say an average, half-hour mixtape. How long is it going to take you to do the whole thing?
It depends on. Actually, really depends on how much I like the music. So if it's good and all that, I'll try and put my best into it. So that'll like a song. In the process I use it'll actually take me like maybe 2 hours
for one song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than like any other chop star DJs, it's the actual length of the song, because they're just chopping it in, because they run it through the Serato mixers and all that. But I'm looking at the waves, and
there's a different attention to detail.
Yeah, it's like really meticulous.
Because are there a lot of people doing this who just do like a super bullshit ass job and just
there's a
slow
bunch.
it down and that's it?
Yeah, but you slow down the song, that's just that's cool and all that, but you actually getting into chopping it in like effects and all that is kind of heavy on the listeners. So
right.
The culture is really strong. So if it's bad, they'll let you know, and you only got a limited time, So
and so this is something you've been doing since way back in the day, because that was your initial entry into being an Odd Future, right? Was doing the Chopped and Screw tapes for him?
It actually was, yeah. I did the first Odd Future tape, and that was it was cool. It was really tight. I found out Tyler liked chop and screw music. So,
okay, so early on he fucked with that?
Yeah, so that was just the introduction, I guess. But yeah.
While we're on the topic of this early come up and everything, can you pinpoint like a moment where you realized that Odd Future was exploding? Because for me, it was kind of like a slow build up where I kept seeing the initials on Twitter or Tumblr and shit. And then finally I was like, all right, I got to check this out. Found out about it. And that was maybe like a few weeks before the Fader cover. So that's my perspective. I think Tyler might have had 10K on Twitter when I found out about him or something like that. It was like pretty early on. But what do you remember when you realized like, oh, like this shit is actually popping?
In a sense, I mean, I was always a fan. Well, I was a fan before I joined the group. So it was like when I came here, I don't know how long into me being in LA, like I started listening to Odd Future, but I know Tyler was making music. Like Casey Veggies was making music. He went to Crenshaw High with me.
So you'd say you were like a fan of what they were doing at the time? Like you were just kind of watching it online?
Yeah, it was a local scene. Like,
right.
I mean, I was making music. It wasn't a serious, a full drive to me like it was to them. That was just in a sense going to school and all that. But it was always something I wanted to do. So I was just paying attention to what was going on, and I found Scheme. I was listening to Scheme for a minute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was just
But so were Tyler and Casey and shit, were they at the point where they could like pack like a warehouse show or something like that,
no,
where they were popping on that level?
No, definitely not. It was It's just a buzz thing. You know, you talk about your rappers in high school. So,
Yeah.
And the ones that are good, they stand out. So they had the whole, attention grabbing, you know, the fashion and all the different, it was a different type of vibe to them. So
right.
It was gravitational.
And so do you remember when you like realized like, holy shit, this shit is actually getting kind of mainstream? Was there a moment?
I would probably say the Billboard cover.
Right.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah, I'd say a Billboard cover is a pretty good sign that your career's taking off.
Yeah.
Right?
And then if any publication like that calls you the next big thing, you gotta kind of run with it. You might as well. So
right.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But you know, it's always been a living in the moment type thing. You can never fathom how, you know, how large something is.
Right.
You know, even if
when you're in the moment, and
right.
that must have been insane. Like you're just stuck in the middle of the fucking hurricane. Like
yeah.
you just.
I mean, even still, it's it's kind of shocking, like to see fans still go crazy. Like,
right.
Yeah, still rock some gear crazy. Like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tight.
What at what point what were the craziest trips that you've ever been on as part of Odd Future and shit?
Just like I don't know, I like
or just craziest experiences, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of experiences. It's like stories I could tell. It's not something I want to get into.
Come on, you don't have one that's like safe for the audience out there? It doesn't have to be like a murder or like somebody, you know.
Yeah, I'll try and leave the murders out. We got a couple of those. No, dang. I don't know, security fights, like getting in a fight in a hotel in one of these countries. I forgot. It was northeastern Europe or something like that. But just getting in I forgot. We were trying to bring girls into the hotel and like security said we couldn't. So somebody got mad, started yelling, and they grabbed. I'm not even trying to say no names. They grabbed one of us, right? So it was. I feel it was 4 of us. One person waiting outside. So they grabbed one of us once things got heated, right? So 1 locked down, 2 standing, 1 person outside, right? They get real mad and start shouting in some fucking language. It's like they grab their pepper spray. The dude that they have detained like gets rowdy. He gets loose from them, so they grab the pepper spray. They grab me and the other dude that's standing there. So like it's a scuffle. Other dude comes running from outside, kicks the dudes off us. He got locked down, so they got 2 of us. The other 2 got away.
And so you guys had to go bail people out of jail and shit?
Yeah, that happened.
God damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but you know, keep it clean.
It sounds like
I tried to, keep it as nice as I could.
What, you're the guy trying to like keep the peace, generally speaking?
Yeah, on the low. But hey, the girls got done. It's all good.
It's not always possible to keep the peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, what are we doing here? Hey, what do you think about DJ Khaled's Snapchat? Have you been paying attention to all this insanity?
I don't follow him on Snapchat, not just yet. I haven't been that observant, but I love all the motivation and inspiration. I love DJ Khaled inspiration. Yeah, definitely.
He's really taken on a whole new career, a whole new lifestyle lately.
Yeah, I wish I could have seen that coming. That was so great. Like, because he was hated on for so long.
Yeah,
and all you got to do is come with some positive.
Just insane positive. It's like he's realized that he's popular on the internet for being funny, and now he's decided to really just own it. Yeah,
I feel he's seen that for a little bit,
right?
Since the dive in the ocean, that was a legendary moment. So
little by little, he keeps figuring out how to own his persona.
Him and Rick Ross, just the most outrageous.
Rick Ross is, he's very similar, right?
It's the greatest thing.
You can never see through the facade. You ever met DJ Khaled or Rick Ross in real life?
I have met DJ Khaled, yes.
And how was that? Was he stayed in character, I'm assuming?
He was real nice. I met him. He was waiting to talk to Tyler. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's interesting.
met him backstage at JC's
It's too
show.
bad that they never did a song together. I could see that.
Who?
Just DJ Khaled, Odd Future. That would have been a good look.
Hey, you should have hollered, man. It was like
He fucked up.
he probably did talk to Tyler, but you got to come for the whole crew, put the bread up,
Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
You guys could have had Akon on the hook and shit.
Man, give me the T-Pain hook, give me the Ace Hood feature.
If you could get one high-priced like R&B singer chorus for your next project, but you didn't have to pay for it, who would it be?
Ooh, dang, probably.
And if you say like Janet Jackson, I kind of consider that cheating because it's just so out of the realm of possibility.
Well,
but Akon or T-Pain, that could happen. That's more realistic.
Dang, I didn't think about. Oh, well then Rihanna.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, all right.
Off top. I was about to say R. Kelly
Oh yeah,
because he's 60 racks for the feature.
is that how much he charges?
Yeah.
Jeez. But who?
But it's just been he's everybody's kind of using R. Kelly right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say who do you think would be easier to get, Rihanna or R. Kelly? But I guess that's an obvious answer.
Yeah, R. Kelly.
She's got a real tight image, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get there though.
Yo, a couple of the fan questions that came in were basically asking about you beating people up at shows.
I've never beat anybody up at a show.
Never? Throwing
Nope.
a punch?
I've never beaten anybody up at a show. Hey, that's all I can say.
Well, yeah, fuck all these kids for talking shit, though.
Yeah, man, kids are rowdy.
You said something about wanting to start a promo and booking company. What is your current situation in that regard, and what are the changes that you could see happening in a sense in that regard?
See, I can't say too much. Nah, I haven't really solidified things with that yet. It's definitely a process in that, and it's a learning experience I'm trying to take with just throwing my own shows and just traveling just on my own. It's been a good journey, but I definitely feel like just to take things into a next step, I need a proper business team, all that. So once that happens, we'll get that going. I just want to work with artists and, just help them in whatever they want to do, just shooting videos. Yeah, directing.
So have you shot videos before?
Nobody else's, no.
Okay.
But yeah.
But that's something you could
just
see yourself
all my
getting into more?
videos, I've directed all my videos pretty much, so.
I was interested in this quote from, I think it's that song Jameson, is don't give me a CD because we don't fuck with too much of y'all shit. That is not very motivational to the kids out there.
Look, it was just
just came to you?
In the period of, how I was feeling at the time. That's how things go. But, I'm not saying other people won't take your CDs.
Right.
You just don't have to give them to me.
Do you ever? So is it the medium? Is it annoying to get a CD, or is it just as annoying to get someone trying to get you to listen to a SoundCloud link? Is it all the same?
Of course, it's all the same. But I just probably wrote that during South by Southwest or some shit.
When it's really bad.
When it was really bad. Yeah, so.
What would,
it's just funny to say.
If there's some kid though, and he really just wanted to get some attention from you, what would you say would be the way? Because I mean, it's weird because I've only been doing this rap podcast shit for like 4 or 5 months, and it's like already my DMs are so retarded with just every SoundCloud link, and I'm sure yours is 100 times worse. What's the way?
Honestly, I see almost everything. I see a lot of shit. But whether I pay attention to it is like. It's like one of them. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that, but it's like if it's good, I'll find it.
Right.
So I can't say. People send me stuff on Snapchat. Like some of the shit's good, some of it's not.
That's really annoying though when you get a Snapchat that has like a URL and they're like, check out my song. You're like,
definitely.
I can't click that on here. That's not how this works. You fucking dumbass.
It doesn't even allow me to. So yeah, actually, some YouTube links work, but.
Yeah. Oh, really?
No SoundCloud links. None of that. Yeah. So,
to me, it's really weird. Just because, I mean, people want to say like, oh, like the plays don't matter, the followers don't matter, whatever. But if a kid sent you a song and it had 100,000 SoundCloud plays, you might be like, all right, this is worth checking out because he's making some noise.
Right.
And that's kind of a weird thing to like try to say that to a kid because it's like, you know, you should be able to develop some kind of interest in your song before you try to go to like a popular rapper and be like, yo, let me waste 3 minutes of your time listening to this, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, either way it goes, some people listen to songs anyway, so
right.
you know, you can take the chance. It's just, I mean, don't get discouraged.
Yeah.
You know, don't get your hopes up either. But it's like,
but with someone like you, it's like a full-time job if you were to actually be taking part in all these links that you're probably getting sent at you, right?
Yeah, definitely. And that's, you know, it's not something I'm doing right now, but yeah.
And it's kind of like, what are you going to do if you did really like one of the songs? Like, you're still not, you could listen to it, you could put the link on Twitter, but you're not really going to, there's not that much you could do for this kid, right?
Yeah, right. So that's how it is.
Yeah.
It's like a game goes.
Yeah. Hey, were you at the Odd Future Carnival when what's his name tried to call Tyler out real quick?
Yeah. Who's?
Fucking, I got it written down right here. Who was it? I already forgot because I read the fucking story the other day. Oh yeah, Hodgy called out Tyler. He called him a fraud.
Oh.
How did that sit? I don't want to like be popping too much shit, but that was a weird moment.
Yeah, just a little awkward.
That was awkward for you too.
It was. Yeah, of course. I was on stage, man. I was during our set. We were supposed to fucking blow people away, but you know, that blew some people away. But did it take some attention off of everything else? Yeah, definitely. But not much you could do. I just wish he had gave me a heads up. I could have did a couple more songs. That's all I'm saying. G, holla at me, you know, next time.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But
it's resolved.
It was resolved, but it was a strange place for it to take place.
Oh yeah,
yeah. What I saw a kid saying on Twitter. He said that you are one of the only dudes left in the crew who actually rocks the Odd Future merch all the time. Is that a weird thing to you that like not everybody supports it or?
No, it's not weird, but it's like just because I understand it. It's just a lot of shit I wear I design. So, you know.
So you still work closely with the clothing line?
No, I wasn't even, like, I wish they had printed more of my designs. They definitely should have. So it was just I mean, at this point, we can get things going. Like, there was a little leeway, like a segue period, you know, in the past year or so. So hopefully we could get things running in our own. If anybody was willing to take grasp, you know, on the clothing line, I feel it's a great outlet, a great, you know.
But did you had more involvement earlier on?
Yeah, we all were in the office designing shit. I don't know, like a bunch of shit now I see in the stores I've never seen. I've never like we used to have to approve shit. Yeah, but now it's different.
A lot of people, I just got asked because so many kids said it on Twitter. They want to know like what the nature of your relationship with Tyler and Earl is these days, and how close y'all are.
I mean, still homies. It's cool when I see them. You know, it's all that. Everybody's on the move. All that. Yeah. So, yeah, Tyler still makes all the gay jokes in the world. Still, yeah, Earl's. You know, the thing about that is, like, I realized I didn't hang out with them outside of the studio. We were in the studio all the time. So
even in the early days, you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, I'd see them all in Fairfax, and that's how it is now. I run into them. It's always been the same. I just run into everybody. Like, they'll come to the shows. I go to their shows, definitely. So,
do you feel super comfortable still, like, claiming Odd Future, though? Is that still, like, is that going to be part of you for life?
Definitely. I can't, like, if I was to take that back, like, I would make myself a liar. It's a, you know, and no matter what goes down with that, that's how I feel. Even if it was an animosity towards people in the group, and I don't have problems with anybody, so it's like I'll always respect the brand and the culture, the way it's influenced people and myself. So it's I don't know, it's in me.
It's weird when a group or a band or whatever has this moment where they pop up and all of a sudden are noticed by the mainstream or whatever, because then it's like you're frozen in time and they want that initial group that they started paying attention to be friends forever. And that's realistically, like, we all know that that's not how people really interact. Like, you know, your friends from high school, you don't talk to all of them all the time, right?
Hell yeah, man. I was devastated when NSYNC broke up, dude.
Were you really?
Nah, not in the, you know, that much, but Justin Timberlake's killing it.
I was devastated when Adele outsold NSYNC in their first week. Isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
It's absurd that she was able to fucking outdo that record.
I'm just a little bit irritated that Drake didn't get his #1 because of Adele.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cold. She knew what she did.
But I heard that it's partially because, you know, with the digital like calculations of album sales, his fucking video was on Apple Music instead of YouTube, so those plays for the Hotline Bling video didn't count towards his #1 status, and if they did, like if he had put it out on Vivo or whatever, then it would have counted towards it.
Okay.
So I think that he or his team, they might not have planned that one as well as they could have. That's just what I hear.
Hey, 6 Guy got cheated. That's all I know.
That hurts you in the heart?
Hey, just a little bit. You feel me? We're striving for this for a long time.
Oh man, do you get annoyed when you see like the media trying to write stories about like so and so said this? Like they're still really trying to go hard for the Odd Future like storyline. They're still trying to fucking make something out of nothing, right?
I mean, yeah. What are you gonna do? But you know, all attention is taken with a grain of salt. But I just, you know, feel people should choose their words correctly and just in a better manner.
If you were going to look for news online and you were going to just, you know, check out a website to see what's going on in music, what would pop into your head in terms of like what's a good thing that you could take a look at?
I don't know. I really don't. Hype Track is pretty cool.
Okay.
Like in terms of publications, I don't avidly check any of them, but because they're all on my Twitter timeline, so
you mostly a Twitter head? That's your preferred network?
Yeah, sadly, yeah. It's just a loss of. I mean, it takes so much time. I just hate it, but it's like
reading Twitter?
Not reading it, just paying attention to it, and
yeah.
Just the fact that it does absorb half of your fucking day if you let it. So I don't know, all the shit's on there, but you know, you could go directly to it. But anybody that pops up on my timeline, and it's funny, I do just randomly click shit. But
are you mindful about like how you interact with social networking? Because you know you could easily waste your whole fucking day dealing with this shit, right?
Yeah, I definitely try to be, just in terms of the fact that so many bring awareness to the fact that it is fucking like devastating to your day.
Yeah, it could totally like ruin any chance of you ever being productive if you're just constantly checking back in on what's going on Twitter, right?
Try to avoid it just as much as you can. Just stay strong. Because
you could not look at Twitter for 8 hours and then check your mentions, or you could check your mentions every 20 minutes for 8 hours.
Right.
And you've spent so much more time interacting with this, whereas you could just check in on it after. And it's like crazy because sometimes I'll be interviewing people and I'll see them checking their fucking Twitter mentions or whatever while in the middle of the interview, and I'm just like, dude, like, if you're gonna not interact with your phone for like an hour out of your week, like maybe when you're on camera being interviewed would be a good time.
Definitely. And this mic is too sensitive. I watch the other reviews, you hear everything in it. See, I just wanted to hear this real quick.
Oh, okay. Damn. How many chains you got on?
Let's not get into that. These are from my insecurities. I don't like to talk about those.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
The jewelry covers it up?
Yeah, it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, people ever mistake you for 2 Chainz with all that jewelry on?
They used to call me that. I don't think they actually mistake me for 2 Chainz. He's
who would you call you that?
Yeah, of course. When he was popping, everybody called me 2 Chainz. People call me Fetty Wap now. So, yeah.
Are you a Fetty Wap fan?
I fuck with Fetty Wap.
You listen to the album?
I haven't listened to the album.
The album's a little redundant, in my personal opinion.
Word. Okay.
It's definitely the same song like 18 times in a row. It's also like over an hour long. It's a long album.
I like the singles, so I mean, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I've been working with.
That's kind of the weird thing about the album is that you could sort of pick any different song off the album, and that song could have been a hit if Trap Queen didn't exist. Like Trap Queen was a little bit better, but they're all kind of so similar.
I knew it would be like that.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
And I was on Dirty Sprite too, so I couldn't even take my attention off of that.
It's hard to concentrate. Hey, what about Vince's album though? His album was fucking incredible this year.
Yeah, it was great what he's been doing. Just the fact that he's moving,
Yeah.
like becoming one of the biggest rap artists
Yeah.
out right now. So it's
It's
like,
crazy to think of what the future could be for him because
Hell yeah.
that was like album 1, and there's a long. I could definitely see him blowing up.
yeah, definitely.
He's
It's
got
just
something about him.
whatever he's trying to do. I know he doesn't want to rap forever. He didn't.
Yeah, he did say that, huh?
He initially, there was a time he didn't want to do this. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely proud of what he's become and everything he's getting into.
He got in a ton of trouble for basically saying that the '90s were overrated. How did you feel about that whole? Would you agree with that at all?
I couldn't say I would agree. It's just a different experience type thing. It's like a generational thing. So it's if you're gonna call it that, if you're gonna get angry at that, you got to get angry at every other decade
Right.
too. So it's
See, that's the weird. Yeah, because would you say you're super influenced by like '90s rap, or did you mostly come into paying attention in the 2000s?
it was I was growing with people. So
Right.
yeah, Eminem and D12 whenever.
So it's like late
yeah,
'90s and
late
like
90s
early
and all
2000s.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because my mom listened to R&B and all that, so
right.
it's like I don't know, rap's changed over a long time, and like there's flaws in every decade, I guess. I don't know. Nobody got mad when Q-Tip made Vibrant thing because Vibrant's not a word. So if you're gonna get mad at
Vibrant's not a word. I know it's vibrant,
it's
but
Vibrant, yeah,
there is no VIV.
No, Vibrant is not a word. So no.
God damn it.
Yeah, let's run with everything.
Well,
If
just
you're
like you
gonna-
said, you are a grammar Nazi.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll be trying not to correct people. It's just because the hilarity in it is like just your type shit is funny. You and your is funny.
Oh,
Like,
you see,
yeah.
that's bad. Yeah, I can't. If a girl's gonna use the wrong "your," I'm like grossed out automatically. That's a real bad one, man.
It's just funny to me. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So does it bother you when you look at like rap albums and they're like replacing C's with K's and it's like everything's got a Z instead of an S? Is that kind of weird to you?
no, that was
Because that's stylistic.
yeah, that's
it's a choice.
stylistic thing. Yeah, so
Well, I mean, it might not be a choice for everybody, but like when it's on an album cover, it's a choice stylistically. But when you're like, I was talking to this girl for a while, and she would text me using the word "no," like, and spell it N-O, even if it was K-N-O-W.
oh wow,
Ooh, man, I'm like, did you graduate fucking 3rd grade, man? That's easy. That's really bad.
yeah, that's
But then she might be dyslexic or something, so I don't know.
maybe she's just into that type of thing.
She's into bad spelling.
Yeah, that turns her on.
Oh man. Let's see what else have we got here. Hey, so I want to keep talking a little bit about like rap beefs, like your favorite rap beefs from back in the day. Because okay, this is the question I forgot to ask before is because that whole Eminem Benzino beef was based on them digging up those old ass tapes of Eminem saying the N word back in the day, joking around,
Right.
making these songs, and that was really weird because I never felt like Eminem took that much heat for it. Like it seemed like everybody just forgave him immediately.
Yeah, it was the same. I feel it's if you look at it now, it's kind of the same thing in the Drake situation. Even though the situation isn't that bad, ghostwriting isn't, but like in terms of his fan base, just completely obliterating Benzino and like whatever else he said is irrelevant. So
Right. Eminem was so popular that like if the fan base is really there, they'll fight through anything.
yeah, definitely.
That's what Drake showed for sure. With the like, nobody gave a fuck that he didn't write shit.
Right.
Like he's
Hell
the
yeah.
most poppinest rapper in the world.
Yeah, and then Quentin Miller's career blew up, so
Right,
you
that's
put
it.
another rapper on. So like that shit's crazy.
Do you think that the Meek Mill L that he took is comparable to the Ja Rule L that he took, or was the Ja Rule one way worse?
I feel the Ja Rule one was way worse because there was actually shots fired and that type of thing, and that was a longer, drawn out situation. You got crews involved, and
Right.
and yeah, you don't mess with the white boys. So.
But I wonder, like, that's the weird thing is we all have to sit and wait and see what goes on with Meek's career because he's got to like make, like, if he put out an album today, everybody would be looking at the album sales like this is what's going to tell us what the result is of the beef or whatever.
Yeah.
With Ja Rule, it was pretty clear. Like he went from the biggest star in the world to fucking dirt. Like he couldn't
Definitely.
do shit all of a sudden.
Yeah, but it seems the possibility is they could even still do a song together. So if that was to happen, if the song is good, I guess the speculations are obliterated. Whatever.
You
But,
ever read anything that you consider a diss song?
I've taken a couple shots, maybe not a diss song. No.
But by name?
Not in.
Because
no.
I can't think any that you've done. No?
Nah,
Subliminals?
It was just like friendly competition type shit. And yeah.
Friendly competition is different because you got friendly competition with your friends, you know?
Right, yeah. I mean, the other person did some friendly competition type shit too, so yeah.
Who was it? It's still too fresh. You can't talk about it.
It's not fresh at all, but it's just like it's pointless to talk about it. So
I feel you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Somebody rap over the same beat as you type thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's weird how that's a big deal in rap these days. Like if somebody raps on your beat, it's like an insult. But back when I was in the G Unit days, that was just everybody was on everybody's beat.
Yeah, no, I don't mind it all. It's just a timing thing, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So what do you got going on? What's up with the CD? Tell us a little bit about.
Oh, this was Award Tour 2. I released this in January. This was my first release on Sony.
Okay. And so
Future. Those are just promo copies.
Okay.
Yeah, it was digital.
And
Digital EP. So I got production from Tyler. This like my favorite beat from him. So
D Dot too.
D Dot. That's my manager. You know D Dot.
Do I?
It's just, he runs the D.Umin.com.
It just stood out to me a lot. I don't know. Maybe I've interacted with him.
Yeah. Mac Miller I made this beat with Earl. I actually made Jameson. Me and Earl made that. So
was it like a completely a focused decision to like only do 5 songs? You felt like you could get the point across, or was it an appetizer for like a longer project in the future? Or?
Yeah, it was just an EP. I was about to put out a mixtape. Sony said they would let me release an EP, so I put the 5 songs together.
Hell yeah!
So yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, took that opportunity. So yeah, it just worked out.
Can I have one of the promo copies?
Definitely, hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Win. I think it was the first gift I ever got on one of these.
Tight.
It's like a Nardwar type situation.
Oh man, I would bring a bunch of shit.
Shout out to Nardwar, man. I feel bad for him with the stroke situation, man.
Yeah, that's the dude, man. I hope he gets better.
Yeah.
Well, I think he is, but yeah.
What's your girl situation like these days? You got a girlfriend?
I do not.
No?
It's a cold game, man. Yeah. It's been a year I've been single.
Really?
Yeah.
And so how's that going for you?
I'm rocking with it. You know?
You having fun living it up?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. But yeah.
Well, how long were you in a relationship for?
It was a year.
Oh, okay. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. But that was like the only serious girlfriend I've had. So,
really?
Yeah.
So you're not really the relationship type?
Nah, I'm too introverted, I feel.
Really? Oh, yeah, so you can't be sitting around. You got to be sitting around the house by yourself. You can't be sitting around the house with a girl.
No, I definitely can be. It's just getting all the way into that process.
Yeah.
I mean, getting all the way into that, like to that point is the process. So it's like sharing those moments. And plus just everything I've been doing, like touring and everything, I just don't have time or tolerance, or I wouldn't want to put a woman through my lifestyle.
Right. What is the parts about your lifestyle? Just the touring or what?
Yeah.
Insane amounts of weed?
The weed that can handle the various women, my wandering attention, my eyes and all that, you know.
Is that an issue for you? Do you have a hard time not cheating?
I did. Yeah, I did.
In this past relationship?
Yeah, I learned a lot, as I've said. So I don't feel it would be a difficult thing in the future. But just,
well, you're just letting us know, let all the girls listen and know that you're not dirty forever. You could be a changed man at some point, right?
Right. But you know, hey, this is how the game goes.
We all worry about ourselves. Like, am I ever going to be able to fucking shape up?
Word, yeah. I don't know. I don't worry about that. It's just worrying about the women.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Do you prefer, do you find it hard to balance like a relationship and being like fully passionate about your career and music?
I would think it is difficult but you know, if you figure it out, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, just when you're young, everything is. Yeah.
Everything's complicated.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel you on that.
That's how it is. You learn though, especially the first time. I don't know. It's not going to be perfect. Like, nothing's going to be perfect. I just say stick with it if it's right. Yeah, so.
What are your favorite drugs?
I just smoke a lot.
That's it?
Yeah.
I see you tweeting about people bringing you narcotics and shit like that.
Damn.
I know you ain't talking about weed.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, of course. I just don't like saying weed and all that. But yeah, no, I mean, do shrooms like occasionally.
Okay.
Like I haven't done acid since I've done shrooms, and that's been like 4 years.
Oh, really? You haven't done acid or mushrooms in 4 years?
No, I haven't done acid
okay.
since I've done, like I did acid like maybe 2013 or 2012.
Did it have a big effect on you?
Not really. It was just a psychedelic wave type of thing, you know. And that's when the internet was actually popping. So they started out like on that psychedelic wave type.
So the internet was sort of founded because they had a psychedelic experience that told them that they needed to start this group.
Hey, dang, I don't know if that's what went down, but
something along those lines.
It was a collision of forces, you know. So yeah, I was doing acid with the internet, man. That's all I'm saying.
I want to do acid with Sid. Sid should come do the podcast and we can do acid together.
She probably doesn't do that anymore.
No, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
So what do you got coming up in 2016? You got any New Year's resolutions?
Nah, I didn't take the time to. This shit just came up so fast. Yo, Christmas is like now, but
yeah. Hey, is that a big deal for you? Do you have to buy a lot of presents for people?
Not anymore.
Do you get presents from anyone?
I get a present from my family, yeah, but
I don't know if I think I might get like $100 check in the mail from my mom or something.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. It's a good score.
Yeah, a little nice little plug.
Nice little something.
Yeah, so I don't know. Christmas is overrated to me. It's cool though, but you know, I like the family time spent in the holidays. It's just I don't know. I see it for what it is, the marketing and all that.
Yeah.
Plus the music. I hate how it's.
Oh, you hate Christmas music?
I don't hate Christmas music. I hate how Christmas has just the music. Like nobody makes music for the other holidays,
right?
Other than Christmas, and the Justin Bieber Christmas album goes platinum a couple times. You feel me?
Yeah.
But if he made a 4th of July album, would that go platinum? We don't know. So, you know, I should have just made a different holiday album, and then
4th of July is a different type of holiday. I think.
See, you can make barbecue songs for any.
That's true. Okay,
for any occasion.
You want to really expand on the concept,
but if you like want to specify that this is for this day and this barbecue right here, you feel me? I feel you should have that power too. Christmas shouldn't have the only. Like, is it really the most wonderful time of the year? It's cold as fuck.
And some of the songs are weird too. Like somebody was talking about the other day, the chestnuts roasting on an open fire. That is the official Christmas song. And chestnuts roasting on an open fire has almost nothing to do with Christmas, right? Like have you ever done this?
I've never done this.
It's very strange. But then the chorus of the song, this is from this podcast called The Great Debates I listen to, but then the chorus is Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. But the chestnuts roasting on an open fire, I don't understand.
Maybe that's part of his childhood, but shit.
Somebody's childhood. It's not in the Bible. It's not associated with Santa, in my opinion.
Who's roasting chestnuts, man?
Yeah, what is that?
Yo,
the fuck is a chestnut?
It's outrageous. Once you pay attention to it. Yeah. I'm glad I've got you feeling the vibe.
But yo, if you want to do a song that connects with a good holiday anthem that's outside Christmas, the Monster Mash for Halloween. It was the Monster Mash. Damn. It was a graveyard smash. Horrorcore is still popping.
Okay.
That's the first one that comes to mind for me.
Yeah, those are themed.
Yeah, but I think the Monster Mash needs a hip hop version. Okay. I bet if we go on YouTube, there is a rap version of it somehow. Some dumbass has to have thought of
this. You'll find a bunch of shit, man.
Or even Easter. Easter could have some few good songs. Bunnies, you know, some good imagery to play with.
I'm gonna come up with something.
Yeah,
we'll pop up.
Next time we do the podcast, I'm gonna need you to have a different song for every month of the year. And I know this is gonna be hard because there's not like good holidays in every single month.
All right,
but at least maybe some concepts.
Okay. Black History Month, News or Something by Future. We'll start that out. What's first? Start the year out.
Black History Month's not even really technically a holiday. It's just a whole month. But
we get the whole month.
But then you're also giving up on Valentine's Day, which is the easiest one. Because there's not any good songs about Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, no.
But it's so easy. I mean, there's a million songs about love and romance.
Yeah, we could take that and just apply it to all the other shit.
No, but somebody else can do that. I agree that Black History Month is way more important. That should definitely be the theme for that month's song.
News or something.
News or something. That is a good one, yeah. You know, they said that they didn't put March Madness on DS2 because they thought that it was too political. Because there's just that one line where they say cops shooting kids, it's tragic.
Man, this shit.
That's what Esco said, though. He said that song was too political to be on DS2, and DS2 was just purely debaucherous.
Powerful song. I wish they had, because like it was like when I was DJing like heavy like this summer and fall, like everybody would just request. No, that was actually early this summer. Like trap niggas, everybody would request that.
Oh my god, yeah, that's.
And I was like, and that was before I was onto it, so I was listening to that, and it was cool. But then I heard March Madness, and I'm like, yo, this is the one right here. So
yeah.
Like, those were the two most requested.
Yeah.
Like definitely.
March Madness and Trap N-Words are both like the kind of songs that you just hear the beat and you just start moving around.
Yeah,
it's hard to sit still during those.
Yeah.
Not to mention if you're in a club or a bar or something, like then it's just, you got to move around.
Definitely.
That's for sure. Well, hey, let's hope that let's hope you can achieve March Madness level greatness in 2016.
I will strive for that.
That's a lot to ask for, but that's you know.
Yeah, but I mean,
big shoes. But
yeah, I'll be looking to. I'm just putting projects together. I'm always working on stuff. So yeah,
okay.
I mean, I've released EP, compilation mixtape, and I've been dropping songs like almost weekly since this summer. So
hell yeah,
that's this year, and just next year, hopefully, we keep it running.
That's what's up. And so, what are the best places for people to stay in touch with what you're doing on the internet? Twitter, SoundCloud.
Yeah, Twitter's cool. At Mike G KTA. Yeah, and Instagram is King Ali 24K.
Okay.
My Snapchat is lit. You know, Mike fucking G all the time. Yeah. SoundCloud, Go Mike G. GoMikeG.com will be up and running soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And for the people out there, if you want to stay in touch with us, No Jumper, YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, nojumper.com, spelled out DOTCOM. And, thank you very much to Mike G for coming through. He was supposed to have Left Brain flanking him, so he was supposed to have more support.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But I think he held it down good.
Hey, you know me. Yeah. Hey, how'd you get this name anyway? 95 MS, because I'm a dope runner.
Yeah. Well, you know the first lyric before it, yeah.
No jumper. Yeah.
I search No Jumper all the time, and it's always Ballin' Like an Athlete, got no jumper. But the 95 Air Max, that's not everybody knows that's the line before it.
You got to know that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. 95 Air Max because I'm a dope runner. That's a fuck. I love that lyric.
Yeah, shout out to Gucci Mane.
Get it? Runner? I get it.
Yeah. We
all right. Thank you very much to Mike G. Odd Future for life. It is what it is.
Yeah, man.
We out here. Thank you. Oh. That's dope as fuck.